Vengeful got us here with the first official episode of the MFM Tour With Me Challenge. We have a house full of boys all competing to tour with My Favorite Murders Roadshow. Karen will be the primary judge, and Georgia will also give her feedback. This is the week 1 challenge. This is based off of the Big Brother challenge for The Sims 4. I'll add a link in the description. And this week they have to practice their painting, and they'll have a little field trip to the art gallery to inspire them. And then when the final challenge day comes, they will all have to paint a painting, and then Karen will judge it to see whether which one she thinks is the best. And the loser of that painting challenge will be the one eliminated. So right off the bat, I decided Patton Oswalt would be the den mother, and so he does a lot of the cooking. Here we have Jimmy Buttons playing darts not very well. Here's Patton calling everyone to the meal. At first, I thought I'd have them all get together and get to know each other and see if any natural friendships would build up. But I don't know, here's Steven, and he's always thinking about rockets. I don't know what that's about. And Jimmy's apparently not hungry. There's a big pool in the backyard, so he's in his swim trunks all the time. Oh, he's cleaning up, okay. They're a pretty tidy group, although there are some bowls that get left on the table later, you'll see. Oh, look at Paul Holes has got to shake hands with Paul Onions. Classy guys. And then we have Rizamed in the purple sweater going to town on some mac and cheese. I really love this house. I think it's got a good setup for this mini Sims. It came with the Brindleton Bay neighborhood. I just made a few modifications. Oh, and one of the people in my Simmerinos group, she posted a video about mods, and I was afraid to use mods, but after having them get embarrassed way too many times in this challenge, I installed the Don't Do Your Dishes Where You Poop mod, and it's changed my life. It's working fine, and it's really easy to use, and I'm very happy that I can keep my Sims from washing their dishes in the bathroom now. Here we have Vince Averill, Georgia's husband in real life, and he's just taking out the trash, eating some mac and cheese, you know. Oh, he's putting it away. That's fine. And now Steven and Rizamed are hanging out, but it's time for the guys to start practicing their painting. I only told them each to paint twice during the week, and the rest of the time, if they painted more than that, it was up to them. And frickin' Steven went out and painted like half a dozen paintings and got up to painting level 4. So guess who won the painting challenge? Spoiler alert. I guess it's because he has the creative trait, and I just think it's so cool that he was just like, I'm just gonna keep painting, practicing my painting, because I think Steven's highly motivated to win this challenge. He's already like BFFs with Karen and Georgia. Not in this game because I didn't set up any relationships, because that wouldn't be fair, but you know, we all know how much he loves working on My Favorite Murder, and it's kind of funny. Here's Mr. Paul Holes doing his first painting. I just showed a few of them doing their initial paintings, and then we'll do a little bit of their socializing. Jimmy Buttons was all about the bar. He kept making drinks. I knew they'd get embarrassed a lot, and some of them have the gloomy trait, so I gave them all journals so they could, you know, write about their experience in the competition and work out some of the more complicated emotions. I have no idea why Jimmy loves making drinks so much, but like, he's got the bodybuilder aspiration, and he doesn't really have any foodie traits, but he just loves the bar. This guy, I actually forgot his name, but he's supposed to be Karen's hot dentist, so good for you, buddy. That's why he's got that sort of medical jacket on. I mean, it's not a real dentist jacket, but close enough. Rizamed and Paul Holes hanging out, maybe talking about Paul Holes' Hollywood plans. I don't know. At one point, Rizamed was out swimming in the dark by himself, and I thought, that is no way to stay sexy and not get murdered. So I put the pool lights in the bottom of the pool to spell out SSDGM. So it's now the SSDGM pool, which I think is pretty clever. Here's Vince coming in from his swim, talking to Mr. Paul Holes about the awesomeness of marriage and recycling and banana jokes and marriage again. It's okay, Rizamed. Rizamed always cries during the movies. What are they watching? Some kind of action movie. Okay, Vince, go paint something. Oh, look at these guys cleaning up. I decided Paul Onion should be the handyman, so every time the sink breaks, I'm gonna send him to go fix it. Man, look, Patton's cleaning the toilet. I think that he did that all by himself. I don't think I even told him to do that. But he's got the domestic trait. Steven! I added this video game console because the guys a bunch of them were geeks and wanted to play video games. And it's a pretty cool social activity since they can play up to 4 people and you have the option to just watch. And I like this idea of like all these guys in this house together and now they have an arcade game to just goof off on all day. The dentist is very pretty. Thank you, whoever made him on the gallery. I'll put your credit in the description below. Uh-oh, Paul Onions, to the rescue! I have the laundry day pack, but I didn't want to deal with doing laundry, so they don't have a washing machine or anything. It's fine. I like that you don't have to have that if you don't want to deal with it. Oh no, Paul Holes, what happened? He's embarrassed by something. You need to go get your journal, Paul Holes, and write it out. You two onions, you're all stressed out. Just come on. Let's sit down, write in our journal. It's gonna be fine. Or go for a swim, that's fine too. Yoo-hoo! Oh no, his swimsuit came off and now he's embarrassed. I didn't see this come up in my editing, but another time Vince jumped into the pool and his swimsuit came off and he decided to just walk around totally naked for a while. I love the confidence, Vince. And here they are on their field trip to the museum. I just thought it would be fun if they got to go out once a week. And for the painting challenge, it was pretty obvious. They'd go to the museum and look at things. And we're back. Karen's here. It's time to start the competition. First, I want to have Karen go around and introduce herself to everybody and start building up those relationships. But then it's time to turn off the autonomy and get these guys painting. So I turned off the autonomy so that they wouldn't stop painting their picture and I could time them and see who finished first and who finished last. So whoever finished first got a point, whoever finished last got no points, and then based on the quality of the painting, you got a point, you got points or no points, and then have Karen go around and look at each painting and watch her reaction to see whether she seems to like it or not. They don't react to paintings the same way they did in The Sims 3, where sometimes they'd just be like, bleh, if they saw a painting and they didn't like it. In this one, it's a little more like subtle. So I don't think that had as much weight as who finished first and the quality of the painting. And then I ended up wanting Karen's input Georgia's input. I think I keep calling Georgia Karen. I had Georgia come over and look at the final two to decide who would be the loser. So At this point, I have no idea who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. Alright, and we're off. Thanks, Karen, that's great. So, I'm pretty sure Steven finishes his painting first. It's really close with Patton, but I gave it to Steven. So Steven got the point for finishing first. And then here we have the last one to finish is Jimmy Buttons. Come on, Jimmy. There you go. So I think 3 of the paintings were normal quality and all the rest were poor quality. These guys did not practice much. I think Steven was the only one who really did any paintings on his own. Alright, Karen likes that one. She's not so sure about that one. And that was Patton's painting she wasn't so sure about. So Karen's just about done judging the paintings, and Georgia will take a look. And then they invite the loser to their house to tell him goodbye. Who's it gonna be? Narrowed it down to Jimmy Button and Patton Oswald. Now it's up to Georgia to come in and help us break the tie. Look at the moonrise in the back. I've never seen that before. It's so pretty. Okay, Karen. I mean, Georgia. Georgia! Why do I keep doing that? So, Georgia's looking at Jimmy's painting. She does not seem impressed. And Patton's painting. She nods immediately, so Patton's definitely not the loser. Thank God! I did not want Patton to go home first. There's the SSDGM pool. So we invited Jimmy over to Karen and Georgia's house, where they'll have a little chat with him, but then Mimi, the bitch, decides to attack him! Which is so Mimi. There's Karen saying, Jimmy, get the fuck out. But really, no hard feelings. You want some grilled cheese? You're okay in my book. Somebody's got to go home first, right? And then Georgia comes over to say, sorry, Jimmy, you gotta go. No hard feelings. Stay sexy and don't stop simming. Subscribe to see the rest of this challenge on my channel, posted once a week.